AI has supercharged my trading and has made me a profit-making machine. In this video, I'm going to share with you the exact prompt that I have been using to analyze my trades in order to become a more profitable trader. So this is one of my funded accounts. It's due a payout. So at the end of this video, I'll just process the max payout that's available. And I'm going to use the data from this funded account to show you exactly how you can use AI to fine tune your strategy in order to make more money. So this is the MyFundedFutures window. I'm going to show you my trades. So these are the trades I took to get enough money to get my first payout with this particular funded account. So you'll see that the profits are in green, the losses are in red. You have your asset here. So one thing to realize is AI can really help understand what are the break-even trades as well. Because, so if you notice here, this trade was 19 seconds, this trade was 14 seconds, and it lost like $15, $4. These were just test trades that I put on because I was having connection issues. So I'll show you how you can use the prompt to infer break-even trades. So this is a legit break-even trade. I held it for 15 minutes and then stopped at a break-even. So in terms of the trades I took, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 trades, 3 break-evens. So what were my wins? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 wins. And what was my loss? Break-even, a loss, 1 loss, break-even, break-even. So 7 wins, 1 loss. So let's use AI to crunch the numbers for us. So the great thing is, if you have the 03 version of ChatGPT, you can do some pretty funky things. So I am just going to screenshot my trades. I'm not even going to bother going into Tradeovate and download them. Just going to screenshot them, throw them into the AI, and then I'm going to show you the exact prompt that I'm going to use. So, very important, never use hypothetical data, always use real data and state the source of the data. Sometimes AI has a habit of hallucinating, and if it doesn't have the data it needs, it will make it up. If you use this prompt, then it will use the real data as per the screenshot. Always give it a roll, right? Because if, let's say, you have brain surgery that you're due and you want to learn more about brain surgery, you would not pull a random person off the street and ask them about brain surgery. You would ask a brain surgeon. So in the same way, you are trying to tell ChatGPT the exact person, the exact expert you're looking for. So I always give it a roll. You are my trading assistant. Let's fix this. Who works on the futures desk with me. You have a PhD in mathematics and statistics and a master's degree in finance. So we have the right person. We're not having an artist do this. We're having someone who understands futures contracts and understands mathematics. Context. So this helps it to define the knowledge base it needs to use. I'm a professional futures trader. I'm sending you a screenshot of the futures trades I've taken over the past few weeks. So my first trade was, this is about a month's worth. You see, I didn't take many trades. I took loads of breaks. This is not my main account. I mainly trade my personal accounts, but I thought I would do a funded video for my mentorship students. And the thing with MyFundedFutures is once you have a funded account, you've got to at least trade once a week. So sometimes I pushed it to the last, 6th day before I took a trade, just because, I don't trade these funded accounts very often. But yeah, you'll see it took me a month and I only did 11 trades because I had other places to trade. Right, so tasks. First, create a spreadsheet containing my trades so you can reference the spreadsheet data going forward instead of always referencing the raw image. Treat AI as if it is an employee, like a graduate that you would have hired at an investment bank. A graduate is very smart, but they may not use their brain to do things the right way. Okay, so if you don't give it that prompt, it will keep referencing the image, which takes a lot of time because it uses OCR, scanning technologies. So I say, look, get the image, OCR it, and then create a database that will allow me to download the data also. Second thing I've said, when using OCR is optical character recognition, sometimes the contract names are interpreted incorrectly, such as reading a 5 instead of an S. Okay, because I trade everything. So you probably have some silver contracts here, look. So sometimes this SIN5 will be interpreted as SIN S. So this is why I say, look, use fuzzy logic as well as looking up the standard futures contract symbols to ensure the contracts are correct. So with my golden bullet strategy, I trade everything. So you have NQ, YM, silver, 2 futures currencies. Okay, I trade currencies, but only as futures contracts. This is NQ, ES, platinum, NQ, crude oil, and then platinum. Okay, so this is why I give it this prompt. Use a reasonable loss tolerance to classify my break-even trades, as they typically don't have a zero loss due to commissions and slippage. $20 is reasonable. So depending on the size of your funded account, this is only a 50K account, so I can't put too many contracts on. You may want to tweak this. $20 is usually reasonable. You know, when you take a loss, it won't be zero. It'll be like 5 or 15 or something like that. If you have a $150 grand account, then maybe your break-even will be $60. Okay, because there's always a little bit of commissions and slippage. I'm giving an extra prompt. Red profit figures are a loss or break even. Okay, because it doesn't say minus, so I just want to make sure there's no ambiguity. Green profit figures are a win. AI tends to make mistakes when you are ambiguous or the data is ambiguous. Okay, if you don't give it this prompt, it may assume that these are all profitable, right? It may not infer that a red figure with a down arrow is a loss. So this really helps. Then finally, please create stats, including my win rate and average RR. Win rate and RR should not include break-even trades. So this will get you going on analyzing your trades. So we kick it off. Okay, so this took 2 minutes and 25 seconds. The reason why it takes so long is because I gave it an image. So it has to do a lot of OCR. If you just give it a spreadsheet of data, it takes about 15 seconds. It's super quick. Now, of course, you can do this with thousands of trades. Okay, you can get your whole trade history in there, and that's when it's very useful. But I just wanted to show you an example. So what has it done? It's produced a table for me. So it has all my trades in there, so I can validate that it has not made a mistake with the symbol. Okay, and then it's produced the metrics for me. So 11 total trades, 7 wins, 1 loss, 3 break-evens, a win rate of 87.5%. And then does it give me an RR? An RR, average RR of 3 RR, basically. Okay, so this is why I like to use my own custom tools to give me my win rate, because my funded futures thinks my win rate is 55% because it doesn't realize that these $5 and $4 and $15 trades are break-evens. Okay, and obviously there's a test trade there and there's a test trade there just to make sure the connectivity was fine. So 87.5%. So now you can really drill into things. So you can ask it some crazy things like, please group by day of the week. And now, because the data is already available in spreadsheet form and it doesn't have to go back to the original OCR image, it is relatively quick. You can also download this spreadsheet if you want, just by clicking that. So you have the original data. There we go. So it's broken it down day of the week. So depending upon how you trade, you might have an edge that is day specific. Okay. So nicely presented. And then something I like doing also is please group by asset class: index futures, metals, energies, and currencies. I don't have any. I also trade Bitcoin and Ethereum futures, but I don't have any in there in this particular account. So I didn't put that in there. Okay, there we go. So it shows the asset class, what falls within the asset class in terms of the trades that I have. So obviously you have the energies. I only traded crude oil in that. I think this was euro. Silver, platinum. There was no gold trades in this one. I traded all 4 index futures. Most of my trades are on Twitter. So you can see that I trade everything on Twitter. Okay. So obviously you can go into a lot more detail. You can put a lot more data in there. You can provide a year to date. You can provide all the data you've ever used. You can run stats such as correlate my trades to the Forex Factory economic calendar, and you can tease out a lot of trends. I also use AI to find profitable trading strategies, and that's how I built my golden bullet strategy, which I use for index futures, Forex, currencies, and crypto. And if you would like to learn more about my mentorship, there's a link in the description below. Finally, let me process this payout. So the max I can take out is 1,200, unfortunately. So every 5 days, I can take out 1,200 from this particular account. Okay, that's it. So let's see how long this takes to process. Any questions about how to use AI for your trading, feel free to drop them in the comments below.